Yo, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here. Welcome back to another episode of How's the HUD? And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at quakehud by quickkennedy. Yeah. First thing I noticed is there's a lot of options. This seem to be a very competitive-oriented HUD, where we've got scoreboard 6v6, scoreboard 12v12, reload game, not just reload HUD, although that probably is the same function. We have all the extra buttons if needed. If we ever want to go to the new user forum or developer commentary or be a coach, we still have those buttons, which I always like. I always like having the option to go there if I want to. Got our nice clickable coin. Options, advanced options, like everything's kind of there that you would possibly want outside of, I guess, create a server. We only have browse server. We don't have create a server unless I'm missing something. Oh no, it's down here. It's kind of hidden out of the way. I feel like it's weird to browse server and then create a server be super separated like that, but that's just personal opinion. Loadouts are standard. We got all the standard custom HUD commands, change lighting, move them around, zoom in and out. Pretty standard stuff, but other than that, looks pretty stock. We don't have A or D to, oh no, I'm in the search bar. Not sure if we have A or D to move around the backpack. Okay, we do. They have A or D to quickly move around the backpack, which is always really nice. Overall, pretty standard stuff there, and the main parts of the HUD on the main menu, pretty functional, pretty standard, stock TF2-like, although it does remove the little character that you have that normally pops up whenever you boot up the game, either tied to whatever event's going on, or if there's no event going on, like right now, then there's just no character. Sorry, there's normally just like a character there, like the demo man or the scout, just kind of chilling there, looking at you. But yeah, load screens are standard, right? Find a game button, quit button are also standard. We have our standard pictures and all that loading the game, which is perfect. The stock loading screens in TF2 are just great. No real need to overhaul that type of stuff. And it looks like we joined a finished game. So I'll catch you when we join a non-finished game. Alright. Then we're loaded in. No way did I join two back-to-back finished games. I'm just gonna wait this one out then, I guess. Like, what? That's insane. Alright, we're back into the exact same server, also on Harvest again. And now we're finally able to play it. Character selector, pretty standard. We can't move the characters around. I'm trying to drag them left and right. Can't do that. Shows how many are played with a nice differently colored thing, instead of just having the same color as many other HUDs do. Having that yellow coloring is actually pretty nice, very visually distinct. The countdown's got that weird, I forgot what that text effect's called, but like there's like a second thing of text behind it. The HUD itself is interesting. It's mostly like a minimal HUD in terms of placement, right? We have our health on the bottom left, we have our ammo on the right, but instead of having just the ammo on the right, we have the clip or mag or whatever in the middle, and then our remaining ammo on the right, which is a pretty interesting way of doing things. Got a nice little animated flashing red when we're on low health. All the text there is also very big, so it's very easy to read. We have kill feed in the top right, but text down the bottom left, which feels like a bit of an oversight. I feel like for any minimal HUD, there's no reason to not put chat in the top left and then kill feed in the top right. It just kind of makes sense for minimal HUDs. But yeah, I don't see any kill streak thing anywhere on screen now that I think about it. Like, just at all. It's just completely gone. All my weapons are kill streak pretty much. It's just removed. We have meters in the middle, nice, just central meters, all labeled, all functional, all like that. Huntsman meters got color to it for some reason, which is kind of a weird decision. Cloaking and everything else doesn't have that same color. The demo man meter has the usual colors, which you kind of need to be able to tell how much damage you're about to do. Food meters, the food meter. All the meters are labeled in central, which is nice, very consistent, very functional. Going to medic, so I'm about to do. We'll see what it's like to heal people. I'd imagine it works fine. And we can see health and ammo very easily. Right, you can see 0 ammo, 270 health. It's just all nice central, nice together. It's very easy to see all the information. It's all in this tiny small section at the bottom here, all just kind of combined into one. Engineer, for some reason, has his buildings in the top right, overlapping the kill feed, which just seems like a really weird decision. Like, the metal in the middle standards, like where all the charge meters are and everything, that just makes sense. But having all the buildings in the top right, especially overlapping, I'd imagine the kill feed should overlap the buildings, not the other way around. That's just a really weird decision. Maybe there's some type of coding error in the current build or something like that. Or maybe they have some custom config stuff that moves the kill feed, and I just don't have it in my custom config. The text is nice and visible, the font's nice and bold, everything's like really easy to read outside of this very weird overlapping building and kill feed thing, that's just gonna annoy me for the rest of the video. But other than that, pretty standard minimal HUD, just nice and bold. The decision to have the amount of shots you have in your gun and then the remaining mag kind of as separate entities, though, honestly a pretty cool idea. I kind of like it a little bit. I understand why some people might not, but I actually think it's pretty neat because it can keep your eyes drawn toward like whatever number you want to see most. Like if I want to see how many shots I have left, I look to the middle. If I want to see how many shots I have left to reload into, I look to the right. And that way the numbers can be bigger and more like visually distinct, so it's a lot easier to see them, which is just generally a good thing in my opinion. Yeah, there's not really too much more to talk about. That's kind of all there is to this one. It's a very just nice, solid minimalist HUD with a lot of nice options inbuilt. Advanced options suddenly appears all of a sudden when you're in game, but it wasn't. Was it? No, I think I'm thinking about HUD before this. Advanced options always been there. Ignore that point, but everything else, it's just standard minimalist HUD, but it's kind of like Funk HUD. Like Funk HUD and this HUD, they have very nice fonts, very nice and large text. It's very easy to read. Like the readability on these particular minimalist HUDs are nicer, right? They make the text bigger, they make the font nicer, right? They use nice, simple, and functional things, and that's what this HUD's about. It just works. There's not really anything you could complain about outside of like not being as artistic as the stock TF2 HUD or other HUDs like it, which is my personal complaint. I generally don't like minimalist HUDs because I like the way a lot of stock TF2 HUD kind of does its things. But if you like minimalist HUDs, I feel like why not use this one? It's a good one. Right, we got a white-ish for a whitish green for overheal, red for low health, yellow for medium health, green for full health. You can just see everything. The only weird things are, like I said, the engineered build menu in the top right instead of like the middle left or top left, and then chat in the bottom left instead of the top left. Which just feel like oversights, feel like weird things. Like that should probably be really easy to modify or fix or whatever. I think those two changes just make sense. Like having the chat in the top left and the buildings in the middle left. But outside of that, very nice looking minimalist HUD, very nice set of options. Very beautifully and elegantly done, and there's not really anything to complain about. It's got everything you'd want in your standard minimalist HUD, and it looks a lot nicer than most. And yeah, with that being said, hope you all enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one. It's a 5 out of 5 HUD. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.